Oh. Yeah, just hard fought ACC basketball. Really pleased with the way we defended late. Didn't think we guarded as well in the first half, but offensively we were outstanding. Thought our bench gave us a huge lift. Obviously Nick and Nas and Alex and all those guys came off the bench and played very well offensively, which gave us a big boost. Not easy adjusting without Hunter, him getting injured in the game. And then, you got a couple of guys playing a couple different positions. They really don't practice that much. So I thought our guys adjusted well. We had to deal with some foul trouble issues in the first half, and guys hung in there and fought. So just a great team win. Really proud of our team, and thought we showed very good toughness and competitive fight, especially defensively in the second half late. Questions?
Coach PJ, picking up that second foul with 10 minutes left in the first half, he hits the bench and Hunter Tyson goes out with 5 minutes left.
Yeah,
I did feel pretty good building that 9-point lead going in the locker.
Yeah, it did. PJ's got to learn that he can't make that second foul. Like there are some things that he does as a young player right now that he's got to really mature if he wants to be an elite player in this league. We talked to him about it. He's what you see with him is, a happy-go-lucky kid who, obviously the only kid I've ever coached that's, encouraging the crowd at the free throw line, which we probably need to have a conversation about. Let's wait till we make the free throws and then do it. But that's who he is. That's who he is every day. He's a fun kid to coach. And I think, he felt bad because of the Duke game a little bit that, he had a lot of opportunities to make plays for us and didn't quite get it done. And today was really good. He made big free throws. Those are big shots, and big kids stepping up, making those in crucial time. That's high level play. So, proud of him. But, we need him out there more. So he's got to make some better decisions, especially defensively.
It seemed like his competitiveness was really showing at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. He's confident guy. Like he wants the shots. He wants big plays. He's not going to shy away from it at all. And that's what I love about him. And, just like anything, you're going to have ebbs and flows. You're going to grow with it. There's going to be good times and there's going to be times he doesn't quite get it done. But it's a learning experience. I think sometimes it's hard. We're a team that our best player is a sophomore. We've had Amir Sims last year. We go to the NCAA tournament and Amir's our leader and, all conference player, not because of just his 13 points, but his defense was elite and his communication, all those little things. And now you're adjusting and your best player is a sophomore and, you count on him for a lot. And, he's going to have good days and bad days. He's going to be successful. He's going to be struggle. And, you saw a little bit of both in the halves of the game today.
You ever had a guy that young who sort of leads by the sheer force of his personality like that?
Yeah, I don't know that PJ's a leader yet. I think he's growing into one. I think, Hunter Tyson's our leader. It's unquestionable. And Nas is growing into that, like in terms of he's got a big voice and he's a mature guy. You interview him, he's very mature and he's bright. So he's been through the wars. Those two guys are the voices in our locker room the most. PJ tries, but he's got a lot on his plate. So he just needs to focus on being a really good player. And as he gets comfortable with that and he kind of learns, because he's still, he makes some mistakes that you hope he doesn't make, but it's part of the process. He's got a lot on his plate, a lot of ball screen coverages he's calling. We throw him the ball and he's got to make good decisions. And there's just a lot. And so he's got a lot to just be really good, but he leads by his animated personality, fun-loving, good guy to be around. I think that's where our guys feed off of that from him.
Do you have an update on Hunter?
I don't. I know they're taking pictures to see if he broke his clavicle or if it's what the deal is, but we'll know more in the morning probably.
The zone or matchup zone y'all went to a lot tonight, was that because of the foul trouble? Was that
a little bit of both. Like we don't play it very often, and it was moderately effective today. It wasn't great. It was okay. It bought us a little time because of just some fouls and then just a little bit of fatigue. I thought we had some guys that were a little tired, and I knew it was going to be a long long stretch to get to the end. And so we played, half a dozen possessions, maybe 6 to 8 tonight.
You mentioned it briefly, but you talked about the spark that Nick and Nas gave up.
Yeah, they were huge. Nick's had some games where he's played well, but hasn't shot it as well. Had a couple of weeks there where he wasn't shooting it as well. And he comes in at Duke and he played great against Duke. He was outstanding when you look at the film, and his speed in the open court, made some shots. He did some nice things, and I thought he built on it tonight. He's trying to guard harder. He's doing some defensive things. Had a couple tough calls tonight, but I thought his energy was good. His speed is good. And then his shot making is huge. We need that out of him. We need him to be a confident shooter. And when he does, it opens things up. And then Nas, I thought, just played like an experienced guy. Took what was there. They're very disruptive. And so there's things that they're taking away, and you got to make some reads, and he makes pretty good reads. He can move the ball and get the ball into places, and it's not always with the dribble, sometimes with the dribble, sometimes with the pass. But he's got a little spark of energy to your team.
I think this was Chase's third start in a row. It seems like that lineup's working pretty well for you with Nick coming in off the bench.
Yeah. I think, Al helps us defensively. He's pretty good on ball, a little bigger and stronger, does some things that way that are good. But Chase, again, 4 out of 6, he had a couple turnovers that he wants back. But he made a couple big baskets. His athleticism and aggressiveness and ball handling and ability to dribble against pressure and get to spots on the court is good. He had another nice game. Thought he played well. He had to battle some foul trouble today.
25 points in the first half, but also 9 turnovers. Just when you think of what you guys played on.
I think that's partly Florida State. I mean, they're just, they're hard to play against. We played really well offensively in the first half. You're going to have some turnovers against those guys. Like they're so into you. They're so aggressive. They're on you all the time. They're bringing fresh bodies, so they're guarding you hard every possession. We've done a really good job of not turning it over as much, but the efficiency in terms of field goals was high level, especially against a good defensive team like those guys.
I know you said wanted to keep the momentum.
I was just going back to Nick Honor. Obviously, everybody, would like to start. But do you think there is something him kind of coming off the bench and being that
Yes.
seventh man?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, no matter what happens with Hunter, it's nice to bring Nas and Nick off the bench because you got two, and even Alex Hemingway, who played very well tonight in spurts. Nas is an energy giver, he comes in and he's got juice and he's a live personality, and our guys feed off of him, and he's talking, and he's, it's great. And then Nick's fast and he can make a shot, and there's another changeup, because then all of a sudden maybe you got he and Al out there together, and you got two little guys that are pretty quick, and your speed goes up. So there's some things that are different, right? And then obviously Alex Hemingway comes off the bench. Everyone's like bangs in 2 quick threes. That's how we can be good. We need all of that. If Hunter can't go, we're going to have to make some adjustments. That'll be harder on us.
Did you kind of get into it yourself there a little bit down the stretch? It looked like you were kind of into it a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm into it most nights now. I get done with the game, I'm pretty tired. But yes, obviously, cheering your team on, coaching every possession, trying to get your guys to defend the way we need to, and keep them on point, on task. Just keep encouraging them. And I thought our defense was really good late. Thank our crowd again. I thought we had another nice crowd, and students have been fantastic this year. This was a very good win against a good team. So this was important.
Talk about-
How important was it to just keep that momentum going?
Yeah, it's really important. I mean, it's hard to win games, guys. I mean, it's tough. You got to play really well, and you got to keep it together. And we hung in there and took a couple punches, and it looked like it could turn there for a while, and our defense kind of held up, and that's what bought us a few more possessions. We were struggling to score. They made some adjustments, made it harder on us. We had a couple really bad turnovers, 2 turnovers in transition bad. We got picked. Our guards got picked a couple times. Those are tough ones to overcome, but your defense has got to sustain if you're going to win a game. And then late, we made some free throws, made some plays, got fouled, got it to good places on the court, executed well enough to finish a game against a quality opponent. So that was really good.
We talked about PJ making the free throws down the stretch, but also on the defensive end, a couple big blocks.
Yeah.
He made that one play where he reached around, knocked it
Yep.
out of bounds.
Yeah.
Man, that's next level.
Yeah,
stuff.
we need them to protect our basket. And I think that's an area that, we got to keep coaching him to be better on that end. That's, that guy's put in a lot of situations as a 5-man. He's almost like your middle linebacker, making all your calls and reacting to what's going on and dealing with ball screens. And, he needs to be able to protect our paint for us to have a good defense. And he did some nice things the later the game went. I thought he was very poor early. The later the game went, the better he got.
Rather starts a stretch of 4 or 5 at home. How important is this, to hold serve, try to?
Yeah, it is. I mean, we got to be ready for Georgia Tech next. And, they're a feisty group. I think one thing in watching our league, I don't think our league, we obviously don't, it's not a year where we have 2 or 3 number 1 seeds or 2 seeds. We don't have 3 teams in the top 10 or 15 like a lot of years. But I think that the middle and even, I don't think the bottom of the league I think the bottom of the league teams, us included, we're all pretty good. Like we've all got some guys, Mike DeVoe and Jordan Usher, pretty good players now. Like they, it's just some of it's product of you win a couple, you lose a couple, you got a guy out, and it's, comes down to a couple possessions. And so I think our league has better depth and quality at the bottom. I think that's why it's not as easy for some of the teams in the top to pull away. You got to be ready every night. So that'll be a really hard game for us. But then next week will be big. Obviously, we've got 3 home games in 5 days, and we need to play well and have a great crowd to help us.
Is it fair to say Nas has made some really big strides and got more and more comfortable?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's just, we had a long talk one time down in Charleston, a little bit about role definition and just some things that we needed him to do and wanted him to do. And here's where we think you can really help us. And I think, the longer it's gone, he just kind of felt more comfortable and bought into some things. And, then he's a mature guy. He goes and plays and does his best. And, there's no question he's been a huge spark off the bench in a lot of games.
Brad, is the defense since Syracuse is just a matter of buy-in and intensity?
Yes, it's better. Part of it, the lineup change, I think has helped a little, just being a little bigger. You're going to have some games like Syracuse, like I was upset. I was disappointed because I didn't, that bothers me when we give up 91 and we're not guarding the way we can. Then you go back and watch film, like, you know what? They probably made 5 threes and like defense wasn't terrible, just really good offense. Buddy Boeheim's pretty good. Makes one falling out of bounds, like with a guy on him behind the backboard. It's like, that's pretty, but point being is we needed to readjust and make sure our guys understood that like we're not going to outscore everybody. Like that's not who we are. I know we've got a lot of offensive minded guys. We got more guys that can shoot, make more threes than a lot of years in the past, but we're not a 80 game. We're not going to get 80 a game. We don't play that way. So we better shore up our defense a little bit, and we've gotten a little better that way.
If Hunter does this extended time, just feel like really interested.
It's gonna be everybody. I mean, you're taking a 30-minute dude or 28-minute dude who's your third league, whatever he is, and beyond that, he's like a rebounder and one of our smartest guys because he's been in the program for 4 years. He's your voice. So you need some of your older guys to provide voice, and then you're going to need Nas and Ian Shiflin, and my freshman big guys are going to play more, and they're going to have to produce. So
I mean, you have, Hunter Tyson out, and then PJ is obviously battling a foot injury, kind of crashed into the sideline there. Is there a little bit of a panic when that happens?
Yeah. Every day the trainer walks up and I'm nervous, right? Like, I mean, it's just 4 out of 5 days. It's usually not good information. So-and-so does, whatever, sprained his ankle, so-and-so's thumb's bothering him. Hey, we need to limit reps of this guy or whatever it is. Yeah, that's hard. And I mean, injuries are a part of it. It's not, that's the other thing with PJ, he's not practicing every day. And now you want him on game day to be sharp and make all his shots and do all that. And it's like, but he doesn't get all your reps. And then you're trying to run offense. You don't have PJ out there. You got Ben, and it's different. And there's just a lot that goes into it that, not everybody understands, but you just got to go with who you got. I think our guys have been very resilient, fought hard. Hunter Tyson's been playing with sprained ankles. Now he gets, he's basically healthy, ready to go, and this happens. Feel awful for him. But we'll have the next man up's got to go. So we'll do what we can and hope that it's not serious.
Any more questions?
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Good day.